This is what happens when you give me control of the stream. Whip doesn't know we're live. He doesn't even know I'm here. He has no idea what's going on right now. He's probably off pooping or something. But he doesn't know we're live. Let's see what happens when he comes back. Should I tell him that we're live? Maybe I should tell him that we're live before he says anything. Hey, Curtis. Fishion, hello. Dick Signs, hello. Jenna P. Barbara Jackson, Gordon, Greg the Guppy guy. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Richard Reynolds. Long Family Show. What's up, Mike? Hi, everybody. Uncle Smiley's. Again, for anybody that doesn't know, Kevin, damn it, don't mess it up, Kevin. Depth charge, hello. So Whip has no idea that we went live. He has no idea because he gave me access to stuff a while back to help him when he was first setting up streaming, and he never took it away. So he has no idea that we're currently live. He's out pooping or doing something, I don't know, but he's not. He wasn't at his desk when I came in, so I added myself to the stream and started to go live. He said when he comes back, oh, this should be fun. This should be fun. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. It's Friday, but it's a long weekend for a lot of people. I did get my guppies outside yesterday, yesterday or the day before. I don't know. So I do have my tub going. Got to work on the pond this weekend. Also doing a lot of work in here, getting stuff done. Lights aren't even on the 55, right? But it's very low. Hi, Stephen. Tons of Jungle Val. So I'm going to be able to bring that. I got that from Stephen a while back, and I'm going to be able to bring that to the Clash. And I know I'm sort of talking, being quiet because I'm looking for his reflection to come in. Benjamin Peters, hello. Robert Reed, Bob Wood, hello, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Again, Whip has no idea that we're currently live. See you, Fishion. Fernando, take care, buddy. Hope you have a good day. I got to get set up with Fernando too for our focus on. Where is he? Something happened? It's only 2 minutes to go live and I still don't see him. That's why I'm talking so quiet. Because, sneak attack. Yeah, sneak attack. Let's see if we can get him to come in. Because he doesn't wear headphones. No, don't call him, Kevin. Don't. I want it to be a surprise. Hopefully everything's okay. The thumbnail for this stream, he's going to talk about that a little bit. It's very cool. Very cool. MITB Aquatics LLC. I don't think I know you. Hi there. My name is not Bob Blah Blah. That's not my name. I just picked that for today. Bob Blah Blah. Hi, Lisa. Scotty the Fish Freak. What's up, Scotty? Yeah, we started early. Again, for people coming in, Whip has no idea that we're live. He gave me access to do stuff with the stream. That's why I'm sort of talking quiet, because I know he can hear us probably. But he gave me access to a StreamYard, so I just went ahead and started the stream early just to mess with him. Oh, is it Melvin? Is that Melvin? Oh, hi, Melvin. Hi, buddy. Hopefully he was dressed. Yeah. I was expecting to see his reflection walking up there any minute now. I mean, geez, we're actually on Go Live right now. Oh, he had I think he had a doctor's appointment. I don't know, maybe it was telemedicine, and so he's doing that somewhere else. All right, well, I guess we're doing this. So, hi, everybody. For the few of you that don't know me, do I not know anybody? No, I think I know everybody. Argle Bargle, M&C, Dapper Dennis, hello, both of you. To Cooley, hello. Thanks everybody for coming in and hanging out with us. I don't know where Whip is. And again, he messaged me this morning, so I know he's awake. Yeah. We talked just a little bit ago. And he said he had to start it late, but he wasn't here when I came in. So this should be fun when he comes up and realizes. Or maybe he knows. Kevin did say he texted him, so maybe he knows. Whip, you look different today. You know what? I'm sweating. It's not even warm here. It's 71 degrees. I got the window open, but man, it's just my room gets so humid with everything. Heard from him around 7. I talked to him just like a few minutes before I came up. Enjoyed your stream last night. I missed it. I was a little worried for John with some of those looks you were giving him. I missed it last night. See, I haven't been watching anything. Whip shrunk and cut his hair. Hey, I think my hair's longer than Whip's. I think mine's longer than Whip's. But yeah, he is definitely bigger than me. He's like 6'4". I'm only 6 foot. And I'm bigger around. He's been managing his weight due to the diabetes. Waiting for Bulgarian Seal Point Angels to come in today. Nice. Very cool. Seal Point Angels. I'll have to look those up. My hair is nipple length. Yes, that is correct. Actually, it's below. It's below nipple length. Because they're up here. Hey, my nipples are up here, okay? And the hair's down below. Hope everybody's going to have a good weekend. You have any plans for the long weekend? We're looking forward to it. Michelle's got a 3-day. I sent her flowers today, just out of the blue. No special reason. She just does so much for our family and doesn't really get a lot of appreciation. So I sent her some flowers and chocolate covered strawberries as a total surprise, just out of the blue, just for fun. I had I won't get into that part of it. All right. Where is he? Scotty's, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're sick, Scotty. Homesick today, upset stomach, work tomorrow, part-time job on Sundays. Tomatillo, hello. Benjamin says, living in a tourist area, hide on holidays to avoid the idiots. I'm with you, man. We, ours isn't like a big touristy area, but it is. There's most of the people around us don't live in their homes year round. They're all cottages. Wait, what's going on now?
Oh, I better turn that off.
I started the stream early. I thought you were home, so I started the stream early just to mess with you. So we started way early.
We started
like 5 minutes early because I was hoping that you'd walk into your room, and we'd be live. It would be fun, You'd be like, "Hey, what the hell?" I was even doing I thought maybe you were going to walk up to your desk there, so I was going caw, and just trying to. Because I think you forget that you gave me access, so most people can't put themselves into the stream on their own, right? So you wouldn't know what the hell was going on. Are you coming home from the doctor?
You know what? I have lost audio.
Uh-oh.
I don't know where it went. I can kind of hear you.
Baga, baga, baga. Chicka, chicka. La, 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 la.
I can hear that, but it's very, very down. Very, very low volume.
What about
my volume low?
What about everybody else? Is it me or is it Whip?
That. Copyright.
There's a whole bunch of people here. All the cool people. All the cool people are in here. Is everybody else hearing me okay? Is it just Whip's side? Or am I having some issues on my side and I didn't even know it?
I guess you're just going to have to cover it.
We hear you both.
And I'll just sit here and smile pretty.
That was sort of creepy. So, okay, everybody's saying audio's video is good and they can hear everything. So yeah, it's just totally on yours. So you can't hear me really at all. Little bits. No. Okay. Sing while you drive. Oh, now we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Wait, say something. Oh, now see, there's noises. It's just weird. There's all kinds of weirdness going on. There's all kinds of weirdness.
I know, you can hear me, right?
Yeah. Now,
Yeah, that's weird.
I couldn't hear you for a minute there. You were
It's
talking.
it's like the headphones are on, but they're on the table next to me. I can barely hear them over there. You're making words, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh. What if I yell? No.
So
Doesn't do
anything
anything.
he's telling you about me is a falsehood and outright lie.
Whip is a very nice guy who will give you the shirt off his back.
That was my best Roadhouse impersonation.
Hey, do you want to talk about that thumbnail? The thumbnail?
Eh? What?
The thumbnail for the video?
Oh, yeah, I'm almost home. I'm literally on my street. I will be there in a minute, then we can talk for real. Otherwise, it's just going to be, I can talk about that, but I'd rather be able to be sitting down and not crashing into something.
Okay. So for people who don't know, that thumbnail is pretty cool. He's going to tell the story about it. I thought that was pretty neat.
But you can talk about it.
I want you to.
Okay.
I think it's pretty cool, but I want you to tell the story. That's pretty neat. Lisa makes happy accidents. Whip reminds me so much of me when I stream and make mistakes, but it's funnier when he does it. It's always funnier when somebody else does it. Yes, it always is. It's very frustrating when it's you doing it and you can't figure it out. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. So you hit a garbage can?
Almost hit it. Almost hit it.
Almost isn't good enough.
So
it's like an adventure.
See that? I almost got her. Hey, is Shady in here? That's my bike.
Uh-oh. You froze up.
Whew, got dark.
There we go. There we go. We can hear you. We can see you.
Okay, I'm gonna go away because I can hear me talking downstairs.
Okay.
See.
We'll see you in a minute.
How do I get out of here?
Caca! There we go. That was fun. That was a good way to start things off.
Yeah, just
we're already almost 15 minutes in already, and yeah, that was fun.
Hi, everybody. Is Shady in here? Hey, Lisa.
I haven't seen Shady Baby yet.
Kevin.
Kevin said only close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades and 7th grade sex. Whoosh. Whiplash. Whoosh.
Oh, J-Rock is here. J-Rock.
Coral.
Quirky. Uncle Smiley. I know I missed a bunch of you. I apologize.
It's all the usual suspects.
So, yeah, had a doctor's appointment that they moved from 11:30 to 9:40. I'm like, oh, crap. So that didn't work out great for me. So I have unofficially posted, hey, Merrick, that I would probably be going over top of Johnny No Shoes a little bit, just because I want to at least try to get an hour in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a good thing I started early then, because, then you're only going like 25 minutes.
Right. Exactly.
You're
hey, Jenna.
welcome.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here too.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. It's been a while since I've got to join you, but I was planning on it. You know, I you told me to commit on Tuesday, I think it was, and I was like, I can't. But in my mind, I was like, I got to do it. I got to do it. So here I am, and I'm feeling good today. I'm having a good day. It's beautiful outside.
Oh, it's raining like
70
a mother
degrees.
here.
It's yeah. We might get some tomorrow afternoon, but that's it. The weekend is going to be amazing. We're going to get a lot of stuff done outside.
So I'm super excited. I know this has nothing to do with fish, but tonight I am going to be going up to Madison, Wisconsin. There's a band that I've been following. Some of you may have heard them. They are not international, but they are not regional either. They are a national band, I guess, is how you would put it. They're small. They're not a huge name, but if you've ever heard of Wayland, they started off in Wayland, Michigan, and they've grown pretty big. They've had a couple songs on the radio, but nothing. They're not huge mega stars or anything like that. And hey, Lumpy, Stephen P, M&C, they have gone through some growing pains since COVID. They lost their drummer, Taylor, for a while ago. Just started doing something else. He just was, I don't know what happened, but he went his own way.
Gotcha.
And then it was just three, and then they'd fill in with the drummer from time to time. They still haven't really figured that out even now, I don't think. It seems like they got a new guy in there all the time. But then anyway, Dean was their bass player, and he and I are, we're not tight, but we're friends. We talk to each other on Facebook Messenger and that sort of thing. And he always gives me the when he sees me in the crowd, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but then he went his own way. He started a family and had a little boy since then and everything. Well, tonight on Friday night, they're all getting back together.
Nice.
Gonna play Broadfest up in Madison. So it's not going to be a huge set or anything. It's only, I think, a half an hour, 45 minutes set. But it's still cool to see them all up there. Sorry,
Broadfest?
Yeah, no, Brat.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. No, this is not a good one either. Sorry.
That's back to the broad. Check out that broad.
No, I don't know how you put it.
Broad. Not Broadfest. Broadfest. That sounds fun. The whole thing sounds fun, even if it wasn't the band Wayland. The band name was Wayland, Lumpy Dog. Even if it wasn't your band, it still sounds fun.
Yeah, and they don't do a lot of covers, but they do some, and they do most of their own work, and they've almost gone country on me here lately because it's not technically, but then again, country isn't technically country anymore either.
Yeah. Hi, JT.
But they moved down to they live in Nashville now, so I think the influence is influencing their decision making. So
there's a lot of good music out of Nashville that's not that pop country crap. There's a lot of just sort of stripped down, unprocessed music that I really enjoy. Mm-hmm. Just the raw music. Just raw dogging it.
And bratwurst.
Red Lasser, what's going on?
Hey, Red, and we got JT and Babs came in, and Scotty the Fish Freak. Hey, buddy, Mr. Oh God, it's in my phone. I don't even have to remember it anymore. So you know what it is. Short and stout or whatever that
was. Who's the guy on the right? Bob Loblaw. Do you remember this name? Bob Loblaw?
I only remember it because
Steven's got it.
We go back to music. There's a band called the Pimps that play around here. They were very popular back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Disney signed them. They were making some money. Their song "Rocket Science" is on Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack.
Hmm.
So, and they did pretty well. But he goes
I
by
think I've
that
heard of
name.
it. They, yeah, it's from Arrested Development, and Steven said, "Have you heard of Bob Loblaw's Law Blog?" It was a running joke that Arrested Development, the TV show, did. They even had a website. I mean, I think it's still out there, but it was it Chachi who was Scott Baio? Wasn't he Bob Loblaw? But it's, blah blah blah, Bob Loblaw. But they had a big long joke about it, and it was really a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So it was good. I love that show so much, Arrested Development.
That's
Just
the one
beautiful.
with. That's not the one with. Oh my God, Screen Brain. What is his name?
A bunch of stars, but it's
Bateman. Jason Bateman. Is that the one with Jason
yes.
Bateman? Yeah.
Yes. Oh wait,
I started
hold on.
watching.
I got something I want to play for you.
Hey Shady, I mailed your shirt today, buddy. I'm sorry I'm so late.
Shit. Shady was going to send me a message on Facebook. I forgot. I got to go look. Okay, I want you to hear this. I think I've perfected the turkey call. You guys have to hear this turkey call. It's fucking insane.
Here, turkey, turkey, turkey.
Yo, you guys have to hear this turkey call. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. Here, turkey, turkey, turkey. There's another one too that was like, I've perfected my duck call or something. And the guy gets all set up, when he gets this, he's all theatrical about it. And he goes, "Hey, duck, come here." It sounds like my ex-girlfriend, Scotty said. Did we say hi to Tomatillo? I think so. I don't know. Hi, Tomatillo. Hi, Shady. Shady, I will look at Facebook. I totally forgot. But I will look over there today.
You got to cut him some slack, Shady. He forgets a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, I forget everything. You know what? I'll do it right now while we're doing this.
Yeah. And
That way,
I'm doing something too, so we could do it together, only separately.
Is this the brat thing again?
No, I'm not doing
There
that.
it is. Okay. There it is. I'm not gonna really respond. I'm just gonna give you the information you're looking for there, Shady.
Shady. Hey, there's Dean right there, in fact.
When you said Dean earlier, I was thinking, Dean's Fish Room.
It's his stage. It's his
him be
stage
the
name.
bass player. That'd be hilarious.
Let me just post it right here. That'll ping. Then I can go over here.
There we go.
And Facebook.
There we go. The husband calling competitions. I don't know if I've seen that one. Oh, was there something else about Dean?
For me? No.
Scotty said, scroll up. There was something about, Dean the fish breeder and Broadfest. I could learn how to breed and get married. Sounds perfect, Scotty said. Master breeder bassist. So what happens to a Facebook account that gets abandoned? I don't think anything. I think it sits there forever and ever until somebody, not hacks into it, but figures out the password from some other website.
I can't say forever, but I know it always seems like he's, oh Christ, he's doing it again. But
yeah, but
Miles is still up. Miles is still up. So
I mean,
that was 2020.
How can you not talk about that? I mean, that's such a big,
Yeah, but people, I know people don't want to.
Yeah, I get you. It's just like when I talk about health issues, I know people just get so tired of it and people want to be supportive, but I mean, it's a little bit different, but it's quite a bit different, but yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Right.
So guppies are outside in the tub. They're doing, I just put them out. So they look, I put a shit ton of them out there though, which is nice because now the 45 tall, I took almost all of them out of there. And so that's only got really tetras again and a few guppies. So that's nice. That tank was getting a little bit. It was a guppy mosh pit a little bit like Stevens. So that's cleaned out a lot, and they're outside. But the pump for the pond died, so I got to buy a new pump. So I'm waiting on some stuff to come in for that. But we're trying to do all of our outdoor stuff this weekend and get everything set up because it's been crazy warm. We don't normally start in May to do this stuff, but it's been so nice that we decided to get a head start on it. It's amazing out there today. Like I said, it's currently 73 degrees. That's the high for today, 73. The sun's shining. There's no clouds. I mean, I'm a cloud guy, but it's still just beautiful. It's going to be hard to stay inside. Wally and I took a nice long walk. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, you're so distracted.
I'm not distracted. I'm listening to you. I just don't care.
There we go. That's the honesty I was looking for. Barbara Gordon Jackson said, "You guys get problems with raccoons or herons in your tub? Mine need a chicken wire or the tub." No, I don't have any problem. The only problem I have is bullfrogs. I mean, we get the green tree frogs and stuff, but bullfrogs in the pond were a problem the 1 year, but that's it. And I think I'm lucky because we are so close to major bodies of water that little bit doesn't do anything for like the herons and the raccoons. They can just go right to the bay or to the lake, and so I think I'm lucky. Pooplin came in. Hi, Pooplin.
He did. And I don't know if you said hi to Lumpy, but if you didn't, I said, okay, good.
Always got to say hi to Lumpy.
You got it. He's the lumpet dog.
He's the dog of lumpiness. All the best dogs are lumpy.
Skull is here. Hey, Skull. Yeah, so why is my chat frozen?
Benjamin Peters says the raccoons and possums destroyed my fish population in my tubs. Last year, I put covers on all mine this year.
Yeah, you know what? Coons can get pretty aggressive when you have fish, especially if you don't have a deep pond. Like Rico and I have the same pond. I've never had an issue, but I know that they'll if they know they're there, they will fish them out. And they're not afraid to get wet to do it.
I don't see too many raccoons here. I mean, we see everything else. I mean, I'll see bear, but I don't see raccoons very often. Once in a while. Turkey, I mean, we see a lot of other stuff and bald eagles and tons of osprey and stuff like that. But I don't really see raccoons very often, weirdly enough.
That is weird.
Yeah, because I
find that weird.
They're so common. Maybe they stay closer to the bigger cities or something where all the, where all the trash is. Trash pandas, like Lumpy Dog said. Coro said, helps to keep frogs and birds from drowning in it if there's a stick that leads out of there. Yeah. And very high, too. Like my ponds are right up to the tops.
So I'm gonna veer to the left here.
Yeah. Kansas City Vascular Institute.
Is that correct? Is that the right one? That is not the right one. How do I get to that one? Stop sharing. Something's not right. Yes, share the screen, but I only get one. Maybe it's this one?
Hey, Melvin, my wife and daughter were down in Pittsburgh last weekend.
So you can see that that's not it. It starts automatically, so I wanted to start it from the beginning and not like halfway through it. So this is the reason I used that particular thumbnail and the story that Rico was alluding to earlier. Because I had a doctor's appointment, I thought it was a clever way to get the kid involved. So this is my daughter right here. And I don't have permission to play this really, but it is a commercial, so I don't imagine you need one. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, that was her, and she made her. That was her as well, and that's her again.
That's so cool.
So, yeah, she's that's where she works, and they think she's good enough to put the commercial now. So
Yeah. Well, when you sent me the thumbnail and said, guess what this was, I thought something bad happened. I mean, obviously, it's a hospital room. I see somebody's like leg, it looked like. That's what
Yeah.
I thought in the x-ray. So that's why I thought maybe you're like, he didn't
And
tell
I-
me.
yeah, because he
Double
goes,
hand.
he goes, what? Did your dad fall down and break his leg? And I'm like, no, yeah, wait, what have you heard?
No, I've never talked to your dad. I have talked to Eric Wyrock's dad.
Oh, well,
When I was trying to find him.
I'm not saying Eric ain't cooler than me, but my dad's way cooler than his dad.
My dad's dead.
Yeah. I got nowhere to go with that.
Yeah. It's not a big deal.
So MNC is
Yeah.
here. I see him. Hey, Whip getting a pond. Yeah, I've got a little pond that actually over the winter was ejected from the ground, so it is no longer a viable pond. I have to get out there. I was going to do that today, but it's going to have to get much nicer, much quicker. 'Cause I'm leaving here at about 4, but I got the rest of the weekend plus the holiday, so maybe I can get it fixed. Or now that I'm changing, hold please. Yes,
Hi, Crystal.
I already. He said hi. She says hi. Can you see her in the reflection? No.
No.
I already went to it. They changed it. That's why everything got messed up. Sorry. So anyway,
Jorge. Hi.
hi.
Little Rico.
Hello, little Rico. Jenna, I said hi to you already, but I say it again. And Jorge, how are you doing, sir?
Melvin.
Anyway,
Melvin, they were in the city proper. I don't remember which part, but they were right in Pittsburgh. They saw Greta Van Fleet at one of the event venues. Anyways, the pond. So was it the freezing and thawing that sort of lifted it up?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Mine's not too bad though. But the property slopes so well that the one side is okay, but the other side now is up higher, but it's still level.
Well, that's the important part. Mine is like this. So it kicked the front end out. So now the back end is dipping down, and it looks terrible at the moment. So
Ours does too. I mean, the whole garden area is just way overgrown. I did a little bit of weed eating yesterday just to make sure the weed eater was still, working, and I bought new line and stuff, just making sure everything was good for Michelle because she wants to do it. But yeah,
I don't
it looks
know.
horrible.
I know you haven't been watching a lot of live streams, so you may not know. But
None. I have not watched any.
Check this out. So I won't be able to show you, but right over there was where this tank was going to go, and then there was going to be an indoor pond put right here. I don't know if you remember that as being my plan or not, but that was the plan.
Yeah.
But I got a 335 gallon tank last Friday, right after the stream. I went and got it. So instead of putting the pond down here and all the humidity that it's going to cause and all that drama, I think I'm just going to move it outside. If I haven't shown you guys this before.
Caw-caw, caw-caw. I don't know if they went to Promonti Brothers, Melvin. I know that they went to, oh God, what was the place? Rick's? They went to some museum type thing with just a bunch of random weird stuff. I can't remember what that was called.
So I might just put this guy in. Instead of redoing the little pond.
Yeah.
Can you even see that? Probably not. It's too close.
How is that? That's probably at least 150 gallons. What size is that?
I believe they listed it as 180, maybe 175.
Gotcha. Brother Dan.
Brother Dan.
Nano Aquarium guy. Hi, Jay.
And then see, it's got this cool little like island in there,
Yeah.
so I can plant plants in the pond.
Plants.
Plant plants.
Ed edited it. Plants.
Okay, that was more work than it needed to be. And work.
Yeah, that's a decent size though. So are you thinking about just taking out the that kidney bean shaped one and replacing it with that one?
Yeah, I might have to move it to the other side. Though. Another thing that you may not be aware of. Oh, yes, you are, because we talked. But I'm not doing anything really until the septic gets fixed, because they are going to destroy my backyard.
Yeah.
So that's the other reason I haven't jumped on the pond thing yet.
Hi, Nathan. Have
Nathan,
you thought
what's
about
going on, buddy?
putting the pond system all together?
That is an option, but it would be so little. I mean, this thing's 7 by 5, and you know how big our little kidney-shaped ones are, and they're not.
Yeah.
I would have to see if it would even be worth putting it up.
That's what we're going to do is, again, I talked about it being on the slope. So that one side is raised up. Well, I'm going to drill a hole through it, put a pipe coming out and then put another pond down below. And it's easy to do because of that slope. It's already above grade, right? So it'll be simple. Just put the other thing in.
You just got to be careful because these things are not, that plastic is not thick. So they tear pretty easy. So make sure you're using a brand new bit, or whatever hole drill that you're going to use.
It won't be too big of a hole. Like I'm going to put a net on it so that the fish don't go through, so it's just really the water flow that's going. So it's not going to be it's not going to be very big, but
it's got to be big enough for it to flow.
Yeah. The same size as the hose that goes up to the little bog filter that's at the top now. I have the little overflow waterfall thing, and then I have a little 7-gallon like bog filter, and then I have that kidney bean shaped one. So then I was going to put one more big one. I might just be actually dug in the ground. That was the goal originally, but I don't know what we're going to do. So it'll be all those different steps, so that there's that sound of running water,
Right. Yeah, that'd be cool. I think if I can afford it, things are tight, obviously now, dropping $20K on a freaking poop processor. But yeah, I want to probably go to Aquascape here. That's Greg Woodstock has that company over right down the it's not down the road, but it's an hour away.
Yeah.
And maybe pick up one of their bio falls, so it can actually filtrate the water as it passes through, and it's going to be more than just a bucket of water that's being moved from point A to point B. It'd actually be getting filtered, which might keep it cleaner a little bit, maybe. I'm sure LG will still be an issue. I don't know if it was for you. We're turning the water green on you. Like,
well, one year it was, but what did I put in there? Once I put the plants in, I put some water lettuce in there, and like just a couple weeks later, the green water was gone. It was just gone. Have you thought about asking John to talk to Greg to see if he gets like have him come out and do a project on the cheap, cut you a deal?
I have not, no.
Use those connections, come on out. We'll make some content.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go. First of all, he'd look at me like, really?
maybe it, I see he's even on TikTok too.
John is?
Yeah. No. Greg.
Oh, yeah. He's on everything. He does everything. He's got like 3 channels. So his right-hand man does the construction. Like he does the vlogs, whatever they're called, where he goes out and looks at the finished product, right? Then he's got Brian Helfer, who does the actual construction, and all his team. They go through the process of actually building the ponds. And then he's got the pond professor, who is Ed Ballou, that he does the science behind why they do what they do.
Oh, gotcha.
So, like he'll show you why they build it a certain way. You know, all the math that goes into it. You know, how much water's in the system that you don't see, you know, that's passing from point A to point B. And what happens if you lose power? Where does that water go? There has to be, you know, all that stuff has to be calculated into whatever they're doing. So, yeah, it was a lot more complicated than digging a hole in the ground and sticking water in it than I really, you know, I guess I knew that going in, but I had no idea. And then plus, you know, the rocks that make it look good are way too big, even for me to pick up.
Lisa said, okay, yeah, that's just what.
Yeah. And so is Brian. I don't know if you met Brian or not, Lisa, but I mean, he's answered questions for me multiple different times. Like, you can't see it because the lights are up, but there's a thing right here called aqua blue stone, not the gravel, but the stonework. And I asked, because they use that a lot for their ponds. It's super dense, super heavy. I said, where do you guys get that from? And he actually told me, oh, you got to go up here into Wisconsin. I said, okay. I said, I don't need much. I just need it for a fish tank. So, I mean, he's always been reachable. You know, they aren't to the point where, I mean, Greg is a little bit high and mighty because, I mean, he's built a pretty good empire, and
yeah,
I guess he's just burned that. But anyway. Yeah, I've shaken his hand a couple times. One time I was videoing one of his ponds in the building. You know, they have some inside, some outside.
Yeah.
My favorite one was in the corner. So I was doing the whole video thing, and all of a sudden I hear it behind me. You get inspiration? I turn around, that's Greg, and I'm like, hey, buddy! And I shook his hand, you know, and I'm like, I know you don't know me, but I feel like I know you.
I bet he gets that a lot, right?
I'm sure he does.
I was going to say something, and I forgot what it was. Oh, who gave you the 135-gallon tank? Was that Jason?
Oh, no, actually, no. I wish, because then I would have known what I was getting. But it was a guy I work with. His brother-in-law was looking to get rid of it. They tried to sell it for like $600 or $700, and obviously nobody went for it because it's a super old tank. I do have to correct myself. I know I told some folks last week he told me it was slate bottom. That's how old it was. It is not slate bottom. It is. You all right there?
Okay. I was just going to say, I don't think they had tanks that big with slate bottom, right? I think 20, maybe a 55, maybe.
Yeah, I never saw one even that big, but yeah, you're right. I'm 20 was the biggest one I ever saw.
Because that's what I had, the chrome-sided slate. I had those. I mean, I had the glass bottom ones too, but when I was a kid, I had the slate bottom 10-gallon and a 20.
This is a 6-footer, but there's no center brace, and it never had one. It's not broken.
Wow.
I felt in there to make sure, you know, it didn't break out of there, right? Because I don't want to that's what happened to the 55, is the brace broke and then it bowed just enough to start leaking.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm Italian all of a sudden. Yeah.
Hey, there's Rack.
Hey, Rack. What's going on, buddy? I haven't seen much from you lately.
Super thick glass, maybe? Is that why it doesn't have the middle post?
Maybe. He did say it's like 40 years old. So he said it was his dad's, you know, and he's my age. So he said his dad had it for a long time. He had it for a couple years set up, and now it's been down for a couple years sitting in his barn. So it came with a lot of stuff too. That's the main reason I went and got it because, but you know, that sneaky little son of a gun, there was, it looked like there was a pump, like a canister in there in the picture, but it was not in the tank. So I said, well, that's worth free right there. That's worth the drive because it was a couple hours away.
Yeah. And that's a huge tank for, well, I guess 40 years really isn't. What are we talking? 1984?
80s? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good size. That's a big tank for back then. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is 90s, probably mid 90s, and it's got one. It's got two, you know, it's got one here, one here. So, and that to have nothing, I'm like, oh, I'm going to set it up and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, worst
Now
case.
I just need to talk Skull and Benji and MC and Nathan and Rack and you and Coro and Barbara to come over and help me lift this onto that.
I'll get right on that. You know, I don't do physical stuff.
Well,
not even the brat.
Naya. So I saw a question. Babs was asking about underlayment, and I'm just going to go with Aquascape. They provide. I mean, it costs money, obviously, but they have specifically made for underlayments that go. And I might even spend the money, depending on how much the money is, on the. They have one that's just regular underlayment, and then they got one that's got concrete kind of mixed in with it. So when it gets wet, it gets hard.
Oh, gotcha.
And that way,
okay. It's like a tarp.
Yeah.
But then when it gets wet, it. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Like
gotcha.
And it'll mold itself to the bottom. Yeah. And that way, your little chipmunks and your root system from the maple tree right next door to it can't work their way into the pond. They shouldn't be able to.
Do you have anything with the little pond? Any underlayment?
No, just because it was a little pond, and I'm like,
yeah, I didn't put any either.
I think I put
Jorge said, I'm on my way. Grab my keys.
All right, that's one of you.
So let's see. I think I made that trip in about 4 hours. No, it was longer than that. I was thinking, but he's in Yuma too. But I was thinking Arizona to Illinois. I think maybe it took me 6 hours. I don't remember. It was a long time ago now. But I made that trip.
Right, can it?
I made that trip. Probably not. I'm probably way off.
Yeah, because that seems like it. Just in my brain, it just seems like that's a long ways from here.
Yeah, it was probably like fucking. Excuse me. It was probably like 4 or 5 days. No, it wasn't days. I know that it wasn't days, but we drove. So that's when we moved up here to New York. So we stopped on the way with my grandma. She lives not far from South Bend, Indiana. Well, she did. I mean, she's gone now. But so Michelle was supposed to drive. I was supposed to drive until I couldn't drive anymore, and then Michelle was going to drive. So I drove, and yeah, sorry, Lisa, dropping F-bombs over here. I drove until I couldn't drive anymore, but Michelle didn't sleep, so she wasn't ready to drive. So we pulled over somewhere. We slept right in the truck. We had a little Ford Explorer. Woke up, and then I drove again. I was like, "What the hell? This was supposed to be, And I drove, so I ended up driving the whole damn way. She did. I think she drove like 1 hour.
And that's the last time you got behind the wheel, right?
Pretty much, yeah. 1,929 miles according to Google Maps. I don't think a 4-hour drive. No, 6 hours. Not even 6 hours. Probably, yeah, way longer than that.
Yeah,
I mean, if you were doing 100 miles an hour, So yeah, I was way
that's further than John and Lisa for me, and that was a 16-hour drive.
Yeah, it probably was more than a day. We didn't go too fast either because we were pulling a little U-Haul trailer. We sold everything. We sold our house. We sold everything except the kids' toys and clothes. We only had the 2 kids then. Their bikes. I had one computer. That was 1999. and that's when we left Arizona and moved to New York. But the U-Haul was not packed correctly because we had priorities.
When did you move?
1999.
That's when we moved here.
That's when we moved here.
I just went really high up in my voice right there.
My voice was really- It's
At
better
least
than
I
the.
didn't have that phlegm thing going on.
That's just what I was thinking. Yeah. That's what I was.
Let me just tell you. Yeah, no, we were right at the tail end. We moved in like at Christmas time in 1999.
We were, I think, August in 99. But we didn't pack. I did not pack the U-Haul correctly because we had priorities. We didn't know how much was going to be able to fit. Whatever we couldn't fit, we got rid of. We just gave away. So we wanted to put the priority stuff. So, I don't know if you've ever packed a U-Haul trailer, but you don't put the heaviest stuff at the front because the weight, it'll mess up. It's proper.
Are you doing an actual trailer or a U-Haul, a box truck?
The trailer on
So never do the weight in the front.
Yeah. So we can only get up. Yeah, we can only get to like 60 before it would start to, move a little bit. So that's entirely on me. I just I didn't know what I was doing. First time I'd ever gotten a U-Haul trailer, even. So
we got lucky.
It wasn't bad.
We got lucky in that my father-in-law drove trucks for a living, so he pulled up in his 53-foot-long trailer, and we loaded everything in there. And
nice. Yep. And what are you going to do when you guys move to Tennessee?
Same thing as you did. What I want to do is sell everything. I am even toying with the idea of selling all the fish tanks, and just because I really. Going big has always been my dream. I want to get the 150s up, and I want the 210, and I want I just like the big tanks. But moving them, I'm dreading it already, and we don't even have a leave date yet. So yeah. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know how I would do it.
Yeah. So just selling off everything and starting from scratch, and
unless I can strap the fish to some bottle rockets and fire them over to the property real quick. I don't know how that's going to work.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
Lisa said she'll never move again after the last move. I'll be buried in the backyard cemetery. Yes, same here. They will take me out of this house. I'll try and get outside just so Michelle doesn't have to worry about people coming in and stuff, and taking care of the body. So I'll try and get it out the door so they can get me easy. I thought through all of it. I'm ready.
Asaya, hello. You've been lurking.
Hello.
So yeah, that's kind of and that's probably where I will die. I would imagine. I don't want to move again for sure. The only reason we're moving at all is because it's more friendly state for taxes, and that's really it. I don't find Illinois that disagreeable as a lot of other people do, other than it costs a lot of money to live here. That's the only reason. And I'm not going to have a lot of money. So I got to go somewhere where I can make it last a little longer,
We have, high property taxes here, but everything that I agree with how the money is used for the most part. So I don't really begrudge that. There's a very good security net, and I feel like that's what the taxes are supposed to be for. And I feel like overall, there's some things I don't agree with, but overall, it's spent in the right areas. There's a lot of help for people that need it, and that's, to me, is a huge positive. So I'm okay with maybe spending a little extra because of that.
I would be. You have a lot more faith in your government.
Yes, I know.
I don't believe that they're spending it where they tell you they're spending it is the thing. I mean, and we're going to take this much of it and put it towards what you want, and then we're going to take the rest of it and spend it on shit that you don't even know about.
I mean, that does happen. You know, like I said, I'm not, I'm not.
I got you, Rack.
100%.
I'm already
I'm not
telling people, I'm
100%.
not even there yet, Rack, and I'm telling people Tennessee's all filled up. Go to Kentucky.
Moose, what's up? Yeah, we won't ever move again. Oh, and I don't even know if I'll leave this state ever again, except to go to Pennsylvania. Oh no, that's not true. My buddy wants me to come down to visit him. They built a new house in Virginia, and he wants to come hang out. He's getting close to retirement too, and so he just wants to do a lot of work in his yard and stuff and hang out. And they've even got a room set aside for us, the Rick and Michelle room. That's what it's called. I mean, it's their guest room, but they said they built it specifically for us.
Soundproof.
Ooh, hopefully. So I'm sure I'll be going to Virginia some point.
You see,
Some point. Yeah.
Mr. Moose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Turkey.
So did anybody even have any questions of the fellow who lived up there? Oh my goodness. I missed that completely. Why I'm thinking of getting rid of the rest of my big tanks and going no bigger than 40. Yeah,
Easy to move.
I would get out of fish keeping if that's all I was allotted. I don't have any desire to keep small tanks anymore. I just don't. I want the big fish, and I do not lie.
Yeah.
So,
I do
Barbara
want to go
says-
bigger. Go ahead.
Just let me read this real quick before I lose it again. The fellow who lived up here dropped like a stone in the yard on his way to the car to go to lunch with his friends in the late 80s. Not a bad way to go. Yeah, that's, I suppose. If you got to go, that's not a bad way to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying? Go ahead.
You got to go. Everybody goes at some point, so.
Not me. I'm living forever.
Oh, I do want to go bigger tanks. Yeah, but not like huge, but maybe like, because my biggest tank is at 75. That I don't have any. So I want to get rid of more of the other ones and just get a couple of. I want to get down to maybe 4 tanks. 2, maybe the 75.
Do you have
maybe
do you have your species list already in your head?
Not really.
That's the problem, is because, I mean, I know most of you guys, even you, I think, have more fish tanks than I do. I mean, I literally have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, counting the one upstairs. That's all I have, and then I have little tanks for hospital quarantine, but I don't count those because they're not up all the time.
Yeah.
So I'll eventually have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'll have 8 counting the one upstairs, and that's probably it. And so I got to be very selective on what I get. And that's what you're going to run into if you don't have a plan.
Yeah.
And sometimes your plan goes to hell when you see, oh, that's a pretty fish. I got to have.
Yeah. I only have 8 tanks too. I mean,
DJ.
So that's all that's up and running right now. I had 11 at the most, and 2 of those are little 5 gallons. There's one right here, and there's one right over here. That this one's got some rice fish in it, just 4 of them, and this one's got shrimp in it. So there's only, those are tiny tanks, but I'm thinking I want to get into live bears. So we're not looking at anything very big, I want to get deeper.
But population-wise, you're going to have an issue.
Sure, but that's manageable, especially because I'm not going to do guppies. I'm going to be doing things like more of the Godeids and Limias and the half beaks and things that are a little bit slower, a little bit more manageable than guppies, right?
But eventually they'll get there, right?
Sure. Yeah. But that's when I start giving away. Every year when I go to the Clash, I'll bring a ton to give away. Like this year, I'm bringing probably at least 50 or 60 Godeids to give away and some more guppies too. I'll probably always have guppies, but just muck guppies. You know, just every year I take them out, put them in the pond, or I mean in the tub for the summer, and then take them to the clash and give them away for the kids and stuff.
I don't
So
know
that's
if
the only
anybody
reason I
would
even-
even want the guppies I have. I mean, I don't want the guppies I have. I don't know what to do with them. I could feed them off to the big fish, but I don't really want to do that either.
No,
I know,
that's
I
what
know
I'm-
that makes me a big puss, but I just, stuff that I raise, I don't,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I'm going to the bluegill is still in the 29. It's right there. He's going to go in this 45 once the Congo tetras and the other tetras age out, because they're not. I don't try to breed them. So whatever's left in there at that point will be, it'll be mostly guppies. That'll be just for him. The bluegill and the bluegill living at 45 for, I don't know, maybe another year at the most, and then he's getting
probably
bigger all the time.
he can probably live in there for a while.
Yeah, it's only him. It'd be just him all by himself. He's not huge right now. He's probably close to 6 inches, which and 10 to 29 is, he needs to be moved. He really does.
Yeah, I had,
Hi, Kyle.
who's Kyle?
Outside in.
Oh, hey, Kyle, Mr. Outside In, and
That is
Nano
your name,
came in
right?
too.
Outside in. It is Kyle, right? I thought it was, but I've been, I've been so out of the loop lately that I've forgotten some people's names.
I don't try to learn them just because I will forget them anyway. So
I do try. And most of the time I do pretty good. But
you
there's
do.
every once in a while.
I mean, hell, you remember where people live. I'm like, I don't remember the guy's name. That's why I stick with the screen name. I figure that's what they want anyway. If they wanted their real name, they put it down as their real name.
Yeah, and you're right. A lot
Except
of people
for Lori, I know I call Lori, even though she's monster fish scale, but
Yeah.
that's just because of habit, that was set early on.
If somebody tells me what their name is, and unless they ask me to not say their name, then I usually try to. I don't know why. I just feel like it's a little bit more get to know you better type, as
Yeah.
opposed to Nano Aquarium guy, Jay. It just sounds more friendly. I don't know.
It does. You're right. I'm so paranoid, and even though 99% of you know who I am anyway, I get so paranoid about. I've heard stories about not even huge YouTubers just having people show up at their house, and I'm like,
Jethro. Remember Jethro? He got swatted while he was on a live stream. They showed up to his house.
Is that what it's called? That's the official term, swatted?
Swatted, yeah. When somebody says that there's somebody with a gun in your house or something, people have been killed.
No, that's different. I just don't want them showing up at the house, just because
Gotcha.
It's not that hard to figure out. If you got somebody's name and general area where they live, you can find them. The internet is
Yeah.
pretty nasty when it comes to that.
Yeah. I'm not too concerned about somebody showing up to my house. I don't know why. Grant, what's up, Grant? Grant, I wore your shirt yesterday.
Hey, buddy.
Today I've got one of my own shirts, actually, from when I was a kayaker. It's a dinosaur in a kayak. It says, paddle till you're sore. It wasn't a big mover. I think this is the only one that ever got, sold. I thought it was a cool design, though. Look at the dinosaur. He looks almost like an alligator, but
It is Nano. That is my real name, Whiplash Smilington. That is my name.
Shady Grady said I changed my name because there were over 10 mics just in the fish family. That happened to me when I was a kid, right? I went to a school. I went to a lot of different schools, right? We moved a lot, but I went to a school and there was like 5 Bobs because my first name, my nickname, it's Bob.
What?
Yeah. I go by my middle name.
I learned something new today.
Zenny knew that because my name is Robert Richard Bob Dick.
Bob Dick.
So,
all right. Hey,
hi, Keith. But in 3rd grade, there was 6 of us, 6 Bobs in that class. So when we moved again, And I went to a new school, and we were doing the sign up. My mom was standing next to me, and they said, "Well, does he have a nickname?" They're asking her, and she said, "Yeah, he goes by Bob." And I'm like, "No, I'm Rick." And that was it. I changed my name. So it was like 4th grade, 3rd grade, something like that. I changed my name and went by Rick forever after. So yeah, I go by my middle name. And I don't care about telling people stuff. I don't know. If somebody wants to show up here, I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid. I just don't want to be put in the position because I mean, chances are, depending on your not attitude, but your demeanor. I mean, you could force me to shoot you, and I don't want to live with I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I will do that, but I don't want to do that. I don't even want to think about it. So don't show up at my house.
I just won't answer the door. I do that already. Somebody knocked on the door the other day. I had no idea who it was. Dogs were going crazy. I just didn't even answer. I was like, yeah. I think I know who it was now, though. I thought about it later, and I think it's the people who took over. My buddy, Captain Tony, passed away, and his family took over his little cottage down on. He's right on the water, right next to our little strip down there. And
hey, Jeff.
They seem like nice people, but we had an agreement with Captain Tony. He could use our garbage stuff because he was an 80-year-old man. How much garbage is he going to generate? He's only here on the weekends. So
Right.
Instead of him getting his own garbage bin and stuff while he's here, he just used ours, And, we had some other agreements with him because of our property and stuff. And they just wanted to, touch base and make sure it was still okay to do. And I was like, I'm not really sure now because it's a family, and it's not just this little family where it's a wife and a husband and a kid. There's all these other cousins and nephews, and who knows who's going to be showing up. And I don't know them. I knew Captain Tony. He was a cool guy. He was my friend.
Right.
We called him Captain Tony because he was a sea captain. He was a captain of big oil tankers, and then he retired from that and had a fish charter thing. So he was always Captain Tony. Anyways,
one guy, like you said, I mean, it's not like he's there's nothing overbearing about dealing with one elderly man opposed to an entire family full of whatever drama and everything else that comes with them. So yeah.
So we have to adjust our agreements with them. It was nothing. It was just a gentleman's agreement anyways. It wasn't anything on paper.
Right.
But I mean, I want to help people out, but you know how I am with the neighbors.
Yeah.
They seem nice, Hey, Rick, Aqua Garden Zen. Jeff, what's going on, Jeff?
I did not know that either. See, I'll never remember that, but Aqua Garden Zen is Rick. Same as you.
Very good.
Hey, see, I'm catching on. I'll forget by tomorrow, but I got it now.
Geek Boy.
Geekster's here.
You're saying he was a seaman? Yes, we all were at once. Daniel said, I was called Otto at the bank. There were 5 Dans in the IT department. So many people called me Otto that my nameplate, they made 2. Otto.
I saw that movie.
You do Dan, you do sort of look like an Otto. I think I want to call you Otto from now on. Otto Velez.
So, yeah, MNC, I don't know. I was going to get to this. That's why I left it up. I don't want to go there. I wish they did it for me. It would make my life so much easier. You know what I mean? The little fish.
Yeah, but you like what you like.
Yeah, I mean, I keep trying, but they just don't hold any attention span anymore. I look over there, I feed them, and then I stare into this one or that one, or I just can't do it. Now, if they are little fish that are going to grow into big fish, then that's okay.
Yeah. And what's your cutoff size wise for the broth? No, not for what's your
do I tell you what I tell my wife, or do I tell you the truth?
I mean, what's the smallest fish that you would like to keep?
Doesn't
have to be which one, but what size? Are we looking 4 inches too small, 5 inches too small? Are you a size queen? I mean, what's
No, I think probably 4 or 5 inches, probably in that area. Because
Okay.
what I want to do with this tank, this one. Let me check my new parameters here. So
Whip's wife? It says Whip's wife. I am listening.
Love you, baby. So the African tank is going to be over here. That's going to be the 120. So I'm going to put a couple frontosa in there, and then I want to put rock and turn that into like like the rock dwellers. But they got to be big enough where they're not going to become dinner. But they can't be too big because I don't want to overstock the tank.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. So and like what is well, that's a bad example. I was gonna say how big does a silver dollar get? But that's a red hook and they get big. So bad example. But there's a firemouth and there's convicts in here that they only get 5 inches maybe.
Yeah.
And definitely no huge catfish. So catfish have to be big enough to survive, but as small as I can go without them becoming casualty of war.
I mean, I do like the small fish, like CPDs and stuff. I do. I have those. I have gold laser cories. Those don't get very big, but I do see where you're going. I mean, like the Denison barbs, 5-6 inches. Siamese algae eaters, the Bosemani rainbows. Those are all right around that, that size. And those are my favorite fish in my tank is the Denison barbs and the Bosemani.
Denison barbs, if you keep them in a big enough tank and in the proper housing that they like, parameter wise, they get pretty big. I mean, they don't stay this small.
I think 6 inches is, I could be wrong. I thought that 6 inches was the
6
average
inches
top
is big. 6 inches is pretty big.
Depends on what you're doing with it, I guess.
Right. I guess. But yeah, no, I think that's probably the size of the fish really doesn't matter. It's what they do. If they interact with me, that's my problem with the little fish. The little fish could give a rip. The ones that I have, the ones that I've kept so far. I know there's other ones like pea puffers. What do they get? 1.5 inches, and they are fairly interactive. You said at least some of your fish are fairly interactive, right?
Good day. It's very, very much so.
I've never kept one. Yeah,
pretty much everything, really.
My tetras don't care. The only time my tetras even know that I'm standing there is if I'm feeding them.
Yeah. Same with me. Yeah, the Congos don't really interact much. The Colombian red blues don't. Yeah, you're right. The tetras for me don't seem to either. But and Denison barbs don't either. They're still skittish to this day with me. The bluegill definitely has gotten but he's one of the bigger. Not bigger, but
and bluegills are very cichlid-esque, whatever. They're very much like a cichlid. They get very personable with you. They'll come up and they'll eat right out of your hand.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. Once they
I never named him. Did I ever name him?
You did a long time ago. Yes, you did. Because remember, I wanted you to go with the other name, but then the people.
That was the Bosemani. Didn't we end up calling the Bosemani bluegill or something like that? I can't remember what it was.
No, that's not.
I don't think I named the bluegill because you were saying that I should go with Butkus for the Bosemani. I want micro, nano, mini fish, J-Rock said.
Some swordtails get pretty damn big too. I mean, the males anyway. No,
they're pretty cool.
Females
they are pretty cool. Yeah. I'm sort of in a holding pattern right now with everything. I'm not going to do anything new, but every time I go to the Clash, then I get motivated. So probably late this year, maybe November, I might start, doing some other stuff. I do have a few extra. I do have a few more tanks I could put up, but
But don't do it if it's dragging on you. You know what I mean?
that's exactly it.
That's one of the reasons I want to go. This is kind of probably more insight than you need to know, but I'm a fairly lazy person myself. I know you say you're lazy, but I am lazy too. And really, 8 tanks, which is what I'll end up with, that's going to be pushing my want to do maintenance already. People that have, like Jason, who had 80 or 90 tanks, and Ed, who has like 120 tanks, and I
Kenny
don't
and
know how.
Danny.
Oh
Kenny
yeah,
and Danny,
Kenny.
so many. The whole
Jeez.
house.
I'm like, man, oh man, I don't know how you guys keep up. That's like that's almost as daunting. Not daunting. It's a word where I don't really want to do it. Like driving in Chicago. I can do it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And it makes me very frustrated, and it makes me not want to do it. So,
well, what about automated systems, especially for water changes? I've thought about that. I know some people are sort of against them a little bit because you're not touching the tank as often, you're not looking. But when I move into the basement, whenever the kids ever move out, I want to do an actual fish room and do automated water changes.
if it comes to that, like, I don't know if I want to spend the time making one of those, making something in that automated here, knowing that I'm going to be leaving any,
Sure. Yeah.
2 to 3, 4 or 5 years, whatever the time frame is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm probably, just based on what I know now, I had my land cleared. You knew that, right? Yeah, I think I talked to you about that.
Yep, I got to see some of it and see the other stuff with your friend too. What happened to him with all the truck breaking down.
Oh, yeah. Not on my property, but while we were down there. Yeah. But yeah, when he cleared the property, he's like, yeah, you don't have a lot of topsoil here. And I'm like, well, shit, that means no basement, which means no fish room. So I'm going to have to get creative and do a shed, kind of like what John and Lisa have, except for theirs is not a shed. They have an actual home, or it was a convenience store or something. Maybe a school. I don't remember I know they've said, I just forget.
Yeah, I think all of that, right? Didn't it start off like as a little school and then general store, and it's got some history to it? I think you're right.
Right. So, I mean, that's a little different, but I mean, that's basically what I want to do, is just have an outbuilding that kind of will facilitate.
Yeah.
Nothing like what they have. I mean, their space is much bigger than what I'm thinking, but
just a nice room that you could do your 10 tanks in and have it laid out how you like. Yeah. I'd like to do that too. I mean, the basement is nice here though, because again, I've talked about that. We have a walk-in basement, so it's ground level on this side of the house. I mean, you walk in the back door, you're in the basement, and there's windows, nice big windows.
That's what I was hoping to do. That's exactly what I was hoping to do.
But the front side of the house, I'm on the second level basically, and when you walk in the front door, you're upstairs. So it's that half of the house is underground. This half is not. I would like to have one of those too.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
I looked at them. In fact, I forgot when I was there, but I had mentioned it to.
Excuse me.
Woo, that was a good one. That made me tired. Big Rich had one donated to him, and I never saw him use it. But he might have sold it, just to make money for the rescue. But I was going to ask him, do you still got that? Because I'll buy that from you. Because it was a huge one. It was 1,000 gallons or something silly with the viewing panel in it and everything. It's still in the box. And I'm like, man, I could go for that instead of putting this plastic pond in. That would have been nice. But then I got there and I got all excited and forgot everything. Just like I did here when I get on here. What's my name again?
Wiki, Slim Shady. Nathan said Grant and Shelby don't even have every tank full. Last I was over, they had 3 tanks empty, 50 gallons each. And he said everyone beat on number of tanks. And if they can do the maintenance, we can handle a dozen tanks. I don't want to handle a dozen tanks. I can do it.
Right.
But I don't want, just like you were saying, I don't want to anymore. And I am having a lot of trouble. You know, I do. It would help if I use the Python to pull the water out and put it in, but I don't.
Oh.
I go to buckets.
Why?
Because we use that water that I take out of the fish
use
tanks.
the water. Why would you be able to use it? You just empty it into a bucket. I do that all the time.
That's what I do
with a Python.
With the Python.
Yeah.
I empty it into a bucket. I don't go into the. That's what I'm saying is a lot of people like Jason. He goes directly into the drain. No. I use the Python and the water goes into the bucket, and then we water plants and water the garden and all that with that water.
Like 90%, 95% of mine goes into the well that, or what do they call it? The
cistern.
Well. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And then it just gets pumped into the backyard. But
Hi, Matt.
Matty, hey buddy. Most of it goes into the backyard just as wastewater. But I keep a 5-gallon bucket over there. We don't have that many plants. So if I had more plants, I could use 2 or 3 buckets if I wanted to. I fill the buckets and then I just drop it into the well. And you have a few more than us.
There's 15 in here in this in this room. And then in the living room,
we probably
there's a dozen of these snake plants. This is cool. I told the story about this. This all came from one. We've got the snake plant is all over the United States now. The day my wife was born, her grandma bought a snake plant and kept it all the years. And when we moved up here 20 years ago, she gave most of it to us. But she also gave some to all of her. She had 4 kids, so each of the kids got one of them, and they're all over the United States. And then the grandkids got some, and so this is everywhere. And now we've got 15 of these snake plants, and it all came from that one. So this thing is originally 50 some years old. So, but we got a bunch of those, and those are probably the easiest plant to take care of. They are so easy. The snake plant, it's got to be probably the easiest. But there's also some pothos in the living room, and there's some of these spider plants and just all kinds of stuff. I don't have any rubber plants anymore. What's that one? Oh, the cactus.
That one came. I bought 5 of those pads and put them in their own containers.
Zenny's here.
No way.
She is.
Come on. My life is complete.
Hey, Scotty said Matt and Zen woke up at the same time. It's that middle of the country. That's why.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, you can see that thing is probably sternum high on me. So it's grown quite a bit. I got a couple that took a hit last summer. The squirrels or something got into them. So they chewed it all to hell. But I've got that one. I've got this one that doesn't look as nice. Yeah, you can't
Still
see
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of keep growing on top of each other.
My daughter-in-law has a ton of succulents. She's got a big succulent garden, but they're all smaller, but she absolutely loves them, and she's got just a ton of them.
This would rival your snake plant. I don't even remember the last time I watered that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, those are probably even easier. Yeah, I think most people water them too much.
No sunlight. No, there's nothing down here. I don't know how much actual ambient light you get coming through the window or windows, but I get nothing. There's no windows down here.
I get a lot. Yeah, I get a lot. Here, I've got lights on, but if I turn them off, you know, this is those big windows here. It's a 4 foot by 3 foot, and there's two of those, and then there's also a window over there that faces south. So
Yes, you get a lot of light in there.
yeah, this is quite a bit. There's quite a bit of light in here. There's enough for, you know, like I've got ferns, you know.
Do they jingle, jangle, jingle?
I got ferns that jingle, jingle, jingle.
See,
Snake plant.
see, the only other thing I can grow is, you see that pothos?
Yeah. It looks very, very yellow.
It's a very yellow one. That has a name. I don't remember.
It's a golden or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have pothos in all of them. There's one right up here. That's what that is. There's also a monstera over here, and I do have an aloe vera.
In the tank?
No, it's in a pot. I just every time I think of aloe vera, I think about a girl I used to know.
Oh.
Because
Hey, Dix.
She made up a lot of words, and she wasn't the brightest bulb, and she always called it anal vera. And so every time I say it, I still in my head, I still snicker.
And I'll sometimes. Yeah, well, the company I used to work for, it's the guy's last name, and I believe the proper pronunciation is like Osplund or something like that. You know, the big orange company, the tree company, Osplund, ASPLUNDH, I think it is. But I always just called it ass plunge. It felt like that was what they were doing to us most of the time.
Anal Vera was Rico's nickname in college.
That'll never go away. It'll never not be funny.
And it wasn't even my thing. I think it was like a comedian or something, you know, that started that. But yeah, I sort of run with it. That it can be really funny, you know, if you get the right timing on it. You know, it's all about the timing.
Yep, for sure. And some of you guys are damn good at the comedy bits.
Some of them, yeah.
Some of you, not everybody. Like, what was the thing in Shallow Hal where he says something and he's like, he replies like a minute later, and it's like, it's a quip. It's not a sloop.
You know, I just saw clips of that on TikTok. That's funny that you brought it up. I just saw them this morning with Jack Black. Shallow Hal, right?
He's changed a little bit since then.
Oh yeah, he looks so young in those.
Oh, for sure.
Also, Office Space. I've been seeing a lot of Office Space clips. So David and I are going to watch that today, I think.
That's the plan?
Yeah, I think that's what we're doing here. I don't think I'm going to stream today, you know, on my own. Jesus, it's already 1 o'clock.
I know. I just was looking at that myself. I'm like, son of a bitch. Did John even go? I didn't get anything popping up on my radar, did I? No.
I've got spurs that jingle, jingle.
I got
jingle. You did. That's the game we play too. We do that here at the house all the time. We're constantly trying to get other people to, you know. So you'll hum something, or you know.
I do the. What is the song? It's
Ants Come Marching In.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the actual name. That's what the kids called it, right? Is it the Saints Go Marching In?
No, because that's a different song.
But yeah, that's it. I used to hum that one all the time just to see if I could get people doing it. So if you guys are going throughout your day today, going that's me.
So what is the actual song? Let's see.
Mac the Knife. Hey, that's the name of my knife fish. Mac the Knife Fish. Johnny Comes Marching Home. And Johnny comes marching home. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Oh, was
DJ
it a rebel
Yeah, it must have been.
song?
Benji, you're welcome.
Sal got it. I want to know about it now. Here we go. Song from the American Civil War that expressed people's longing for the return of their friends and relatives who were fighting in the war. Patrick Gilmore, the Irish-American band leader, wrote the lyrics to When Johnny Comes Marching Home during the American Civil War.
You're very good at that. DJ,
Wow.
1.5, 1.5? What's that?
1863. 1863.
1863?
Gilmore later acknowledged that the music was not original, but was, as he put it in an 1883 article in the Musical Herald, a musical waif, which I happened to hear somebody humming in the early days of the rebellion, and taking fancy to it, wrote it down, dressed it up, and gave it a name, and rhymed it into usefulness for a special purpose suited to those times.
And then the guy that was humming it's been bitching about it ever since.
Yeah. Oh, wait. When Johnny Comes Marching Home is also sung to the same tune as Johnny, I Hardly Knew Ye. Johnny, I Hardly Knew Ye was not published until 1867 and originally had a different melody. There we go.
There you go. Now you know.
I love finding out that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I like, digging down and learning where stuff actually comes from. And
I would like it more if I could remember it once I learn it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, like tomorrow you'll ask me and I'll be like, I don't know.
Because I know things. I do. I know things. I'm not dumb. I know things, but I forget them all the time. All the time.
It's crazy.
I hate it. And it's getting worse and worse too. It's getting worse.
Yeah, but Steven basically got it right. I stole that and made it better or useful.
Smack the Knife is a good song though.
Yep. I finally got my knife fish on video and I used Smack the Knife as the background to the short. So,
excuse me.
Yeah, soon he'll have a much bigger tank to move around in. Alishon, you guys are showing up too late. The ants go marching one by one. That's what we named it after the fact, I think. June, good morning, June.
Hi, June. MNC said he started singing It's a Small World.
Yeah, I think if it was in Johnny, I can't remember. I think I've told this story before. We were in I was working at a print shop. And, it was just internal memos and stuff that I was doing. And then there was another guy that was hired to do more important things that actually would go up for people to, see, and it had to be professional and all that.
Oh, God.
Mine, if mine were a little crooked, it was like, nobody cares because it's just inner office stuff.
Yeah.
But they hired a guy that to replace a friend of mine. He had become a friend of mine. His back was to mine, maybe 8 feet. So we talked all the time. And they hired this new guy, and the new guy was he was probably just shy and didn't really want to talk, but he rubbed me the wrong way right up.
He just didn't like you. He just didn't like you. I can tell.
Or maybe he didn't like me. So yeah, I just started humming like the first 5 bars of, I think it was Johnny Coming Home, or whatever the hell we said that was.
Yeah, and you already forgot.
I've already forgot. And I just did it nonstop from the time we started work basically till lunch. So it was like 4 or 5 hours. I never stopped. I never stopped one time.
I want to punch in the ear with a knuckle, the knuckle right in the ear.
He went out for lunch and he never came back.
And to this day, he tells a story about that long-haired hippie that was.
He would not shut up.
That's funny. That's funny. We, it's a fun game. We do it all the time here And it doesn't have to be like a stupid song either, but that's better when you can get those songs that are, just whatever weird, like I love you, just that kind of stuff,
Don't get that one stuck in your head.
But sometimes
it'll
it'll be a pop song or a country song or whatever,
Right.
I just love it though, and we make a big deal about it. So anytime we actually do get somebody, then we make it's a huge celebration. I got you.
Yeah.
Earworms are annoying. Yes, yes. Zanny.
I'm glad you got it. Hope you get to put it to use. I wish I had put mine to use today, but I was in such a hurry to get down here, I forgot to grab some.
Is it the same one that I have, the bigger one?
No, you have the special one.
Oh,
And she's not here, so I can't really say thank you personally, but I made my first sale that wasn't, bought by me on Zazzle, and that's Miss Killer Kitty. She is amazing, isn't she?
she's so supportive.
Man, oh man, she's
And giving.
always supporting people.
Yeah, left and right.
I feel bad for her though, because she changed the color, and for whatever reason, for the yellow shirt, it fills in all the background stuff. She picked red, and it's a big square. It's just, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. But
the background's not transparent. Yeah,
right. So I wanted to say thanks if she came in, but she's probably working.
Yeah, she is. Holly is a super nice person, and I'm hoping that we get to see her at the Clash this year. She's probably going to make it there, as well as some other people that are in the chat right now that will remain nameless. But yeah, I'm just really hoping we get to meet some of these people this year.
She might be like you. She might end up being like you, and the more you say shit like that,
yeah,
the more she's gonna dig in.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it.
Don't push me. Don't push me. Yeah. You know what? Hey, before we go, do you want to do a giveaway?
What are we giving away? You guys might get something cool here.
How about some North Finn community, and just one? We'll do one, so one person can win. This is Community Flake. This is the flake, and these are actually pellets. And I really like these because they sink at a good speed. You know what I mean? So like if you've got the bottom feeders or middle, they both get a good, So it's a good combination because you got the flake, which will,
define good speed. Slowly or right away?
Combination. Like some of them drop just straight down. Other ones are very slow going. So like the Goodeids, I have high fin paleatus in there, the Corys. And a lot of times the Goodeids, because there's so many more of them, will outcompete. So these do a good combination though, because a lot of the Goodeids at the top, they can get it. So Ever Hopeful, hi, hello.
Hello. I saw you for the first time, unless you've changed names, which is possible. But
yeah, she did. That's oh God, I already forgot your other name. Elfish.
Yes.
That's
what?
Yes. Carolyn and Dave. So let's give these away. Let's give these two things away.
At the same time, or two different ones?
No, just to one person. I think that's a good amount for one person.
You're going to make me work and do things here.
Mrs. Plummer's Tub. That's it. Yes. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes. So, Fish Fam.
I could do it. Which one? What do you want to use?
What do you mean?
Fishfam.link?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do it, or are you doing it? You look like you're doing it.
I'm kind of doing it. And I'm picking my nose and chewing it. And I'm thinking it's candy, but it's not.
Yeah, Elfish. Yeah. Elfish is a dude. That's the couple, Elfish and Ever Hopeful. They don't live too far. We're going to see them at the Clash, I believe.
I should have just had you do it.
You want me to?
Where is the? Yeah, go ahead, because I don't even remember where it was.
All right.
Giveaway. It's probably under giveaway. That's my guess.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Are you doing it or?
I got it now.
Okay.
Select one. Whips World.
This is only good for people in the U.S.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're not spending
Sorry,
$1 million on shipping.
Our Canadians and our Australians and our British. So, but otherwise, if it's as long as you're in the U.S., yes, you can join.
Or you could join if you're not and just gift it to somebody if you want to do it that way.
That's
that way
true.
you can at least play.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. A good point. Thank you to Northfin. Northfin sent me this stuff. Island of Worth. Northfin sent me a box of stuff. I want to do some more too. I mean, I've been using the stuff, but I split it in half because they sent me a good sized box of stuff. So, it was very nice of them. It was very cool that Northfin would do that. I did reach out to a few other companies, and Northfin was really the only one who responded. And Hikari has in the past has done stuff for me, but this time they didn't even respond. Rico's got, oh, great.
You have a lot of responsibilities now.
But again, yeah, this is community flake. Recommended for all types of carnivore and omnivore fish. And what's the size here? God, my hand is shaking so bad. Oh, there we go.
Is it still shaking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get my fingers doing that every now and again. I don't know if it's your hand or your whole finger, your finger or your whole hand.
My whole hand.
Oh.
I think it's because of. Anyways, and this is 2.3 ounces. So there you go. You can see how big the tub is. Both community. And this one expires June 2027. June 2027. So you got plenty of time to use them. Autocorrect doesn't know me at all, June said. Oh.
June, what is it? It's got to be like 10 o'clock in the morning over there, right? 10, 11, 12? Yeah. 10,
it's 1.
10.
Where?
For June. Isn't June out west? Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. She's in California. Jorge. Estios.
Oh, you guys.
I've been singing the Where is Santa Claus? The Santa Claus song, but it's been Walito, donde es Santa Claus? I sing it like 5 times a day when we go for a walk. Every time I call him Walito.
Walito.
Donde es Santa Claus?
And you don't have a problem with mods playing, right? Because I never did.
Oh no, never. Yeah, no, of course not. Yeah. Anybody.
There's a couple guys out there that don't let the mods play.
What was I? Oh, Xanadu. There he is. What's up, Mark?
Xanadu. What's going on, buddy?
We'll give it a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
18 entries.
If we want, we can probably go just before 12:15, end it at 12:15, and then do the drawing at 12:14 or whatever.
Okay.
Unless we're not paying attention, and then we can go longer, because that's what happened. How we got here in the first place.
So Northfin foods I think are pretty decent.
I use them a lot.
The bluegill absolutely loves these too. The community pellets. Like I just will drop one at a time in there, and he gets them. He also eats a lot of guppies though, because I have a male and a female guppy in the 75 specifically just to give him something to eat. So every once in a while, I take the net and grab the fry and drop them in there, and then they're gone in like 10 minutes. But I thought it would be good for him to have some, to catch some live food, Yeah. And I'll do some more of these
Aw.
giveaways too, like on my channel, or maybe with Ed, or maybe with Whip next time, because I still do have a bunch more to give away. I mean, this is the stuff that I set aside to give away, and I already got my stuff set aside that I was going to keep. You know, I did more than half of it to give away, but there's Bug Pro. I mean, they gave me a whole bunch of stuff, and some of it is the little sample packets, but most of it is the good size, you know, good size packets. Cichlid pellets, they're a lot bigger.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got to stream to give them away on your channel. I did twice this week. I did stream twice this week.
You did. I was impressed and happy.
I'm trying to get back into the
mindset of getting up there and just doing it.
yeah. Rico was bragging about the size of his sack. Well, I'm an old man, so that's not really a brag. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Got to be careful when you go to the bathroom. Don't want to be dipping in the water and stuff.
You tell the temperature. Woo, it's cold today.
Bug Pro is so good. The fishies here love it if I put it through a pepper grinder for the littles. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I bought a tub of that stuff. I love it. Well, more importantly, the fish love it. I find it a little dry.
I wonder if Steven's tried that one.
Yeah.
Mackenzie?
Ever since all three of the big channels that I follow, KG, Primetime, and Ben, they all love it. And most of them, not Primetime, although he said there's nothing wrong with it. He just sticks to the North Fin, but they like Extreme.
Yeah. And
I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like it, but I like Hikari. I know it's not as good, if you're reading the back of the label, what's in it, the ingredients. It's not as good as the other two, but my fish like it, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, because it could be the greatest food ever, but if your fish aren't going to eat it. I like the Hikari stuff. I especially like their algae wafers. My autosynclists really like them. They're the Vibra Bites. I even had when I had the pea puffers, they were the pea puffers would eat the Vibra Bites. So,
Yeah.
And,
that's all my arowana eats is Vibra Bites. I don't know what else to feed it. Other than guppies, and I don't want to do that.
What about the bloodworms too?
I've tried, but he doesn't go after them. So
really, that's why the pea puffers was because they were raised on the bloodworms, and they ate those, and it sort of looked, they similar. Look a little bit. Yeah.
I put them in. I only tried it like once, maybe twice. Once for sure, and he didn't even look at them. He just ignored them completely. And then I'm like, they just sink to the bottom, and because there's no cleanup crew at all in there, they just rot. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. So that's a no good.
Who passed away? Clay.
A crayfish of some kind. I think it was his.
No. Scotty was talking about somebody had passed away.
I think it was his crayfish.
Well, I don't know, because they're talking about Clay. Been a bad year, Scotty. Rosario, Bob Larson, and now Clay.
Oh.
Pretty crucial part of the Mako Club. Allison there. Clay Crawford passed away this morning.
Crawford, boy, my eyes are bad. I thought that said crawfish.
Sorry, we shouldn't be laughing about the Crawford.
No, that's just that's me being unable to see or read.
Zenny says Sarah is the best. North Fin is number 2 of my current faves. Extreme is probably 3rd though.
Sarah,
I think if you're going with any of those big name ones that.
But if you read the back, there's some that are better than others. Like Tetra.
Sure.
I mean, that's a big name, but they don't have the same ingredients as the other guys.
but at the same time, I think that you're as long as you're sticking to those. I shouldn't say that, because even like the the smaller brands can be very good as well. But I don't know that there's a massive difference between all of those mainstream ones. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
think
You're probably
the
right.
difference between Hikari and Northfin is obviously there and you can see it, but is it a massive difference? You know what I mean? Is your fish really going to be that much better off? Is the difference? I don't know. I don't think that it is myself. Gerdo. What's up, Gerdo?
Garcia.
Is Legit still out there?
Never even heard of it.
Legit is that one from was it Predatory Fin? No, who does Legit? They'll tell us. I can't remember what the guy's name is that does the Legit food. I follow him. I always forget his name though. Is it Mark? They're going to tell us.
They are. I'm waiting. I'm watching.
Aqua Pros Mike. There we go. Aqua Pros.
Okay.
Mike.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know
Got
Predatory Fins was trying to do their own food. I don't know that they ever made it to production though.
Legit comes from Aqua Pros. And are they still out there? Because I feel like I haven't heard much about it recently. I reached out to them too to see if they would do some stuff for giveaways and things. I mean, I get it. I mean, who am I? You know? But
that's why I don't even try. I'm still way too small. I can't even. They wouldn't even look at the email, much less consider it. So.
Well, I think some of them don't really care too much about the size of the channel. I think they, well, like Northfin. I mean, they didn't even. They were like, they responded super quick and they sent the stuff out. And then they're in Canada, so it did cost them extra to ship it to me too. So I really, really appreciate what they did, for sending me all that big box of stuff. That's amazing. Keith distributed Legit, but recently dropped them.
Oh.
Who am I? You're gone. We haven't written all over the stream. All right, what
June,
do you think?
Where do you get your freeze dried stuff? Is that something that like for lizards and stuff, that sort of thing? You want to go? You want me to go? Want to go?
I know on Amazon you can get a lot of freeze dried things. There's some black worms that I got. I don't remember.
I don't either. I know Kenan from Camp Kenan. He does a lot of lizards and stuff. And he's sponsored by somebody, and I know who they are, and I'll be damned if I can remember the name.
Legit's been around for a few years though, Coro. Not a long time, but they were at Aquashella like 2 years ago, I think, is when they announced it. Was at Aquashella. And Aqua Pros does seem like, I mean, I don't know what the ingredients are in Legit. I've never used it. So, but I feel like, I don't know, I need to look it up and see what their ingredients are. Because I feel like he would do the right thing. Just knowing enough about Aqua Pros from what I've seen, I just feel, I don't know, we should look into it, and I don't want to I don't know. I just totally lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's spin a wheel. It just was gone. Like there was nothing either. There was nothing to replace it. It was just gone.
Man, that has happened to me not too many times, but I'll be like talking, like actively speaking right to your face. And all of a sudden I realize I have no idea what my point was. And I'm going to keep talking just to see if it comes back. But I really don't have anything, but I'm going to keep talking anyway. And nope, it's not there yet. I don't know what to do. I'm like, oh God, what is happening to me? Oh, yeah.
You just gotta, throw a monkey wrench in there and say, like, did you fart? Or, just, just to distract, just to distract. All right, let's spin this wheel. Everybody get in? Let's spin the wheel.
There's only been like one new entry in the last few. So I'll refresh again. And yep, it stayed at 27, it looks like.
Yeah, you're right, Zenny. You're right. That's the thought process there.
So I'm going to spin, but do we want to do last man standing, or do you want to just do it once?
Let's just do the first one. Yeah, because otherwise it's already 1:20. So
Yeah, see, I knew that would happen. I don't even know why I gave it time earlier.
yeah.
All right, here we go, folks. Who's going to be the lucky winner?
Bluefish. I see bluefish
even
around,
here?
but I don't know bluefish. I see them around from time to time, but I do not know them.
I didn't even see them pop in.
So bluefish, if
Are
you
you
would,
here?
yeah, they signed or they
Oh, I know,
joined.
but are they still here?
Oh, that's a good point.
Bluefish.
Bluefish, are you here? Oh, bluefish, blue fishy without you.
Yeah. Come on, Blue.
Oh, bluefish, here. Oh my God, my hands are shaking so bad. I couldn't even type. I went to type and I just typed like 6 letters.
No, not yet. There, Garcia. Come on, Bluefish.
No, they're there.
Where?
Yeah, they
Oh, right
said
there.
yeah. Rico@ricostand.com. Shoot me an email, please, Bluefish, and I will get these out.
Eventually.
Bluefish has lost the wheel of you lose on Extreme many times, so I'm glad to see them win one. Yeah, shoot me an email, give me your address, and I will get these shipped out to you, Bluefish.
Boy, that name is like got a protective shield around it that I can't see. I didn't see it when they came in. I didn't see it when they answered. That's good.
I see Bluefish. Like I said, I see them around quite often, but I honestly don't know anything about you, Bluefish.
I don't
You're
even know if
weird.
you're a man or a woman or
Yeah. Or maybe you're a bluefish. What if you're a redfish? What if they lie?
like the old bald guy being called Curly, fat guy named
Yeah.
Flynn.
Yeah.
Bluefish is a redfish.
All right.
All right, I guess that's it. Did you get that, Blue? You need to email Rico your name, your address, and he'll get that out to you.
Nathan's not wrong. 1,000 Ricos behind those expected in 2026. But this I will get this out. He's not wrong, because like I owe June the Easy Green spigot thing. I owe Lady Rorschach a thing of Easy Green. What do I owe you, Nathan? I owe Nathan something too. So they're right, but this is a giveaway, so this I can't shirk on this.
Oh, you could, but I will find you. And then you'll have people at your house, and you don't like that. Let's just avoid it and mail that thing out.
Geek Boy still waiting on my API water conditioner.
That's just mean.
It's it did get given out to the community though, so that's the important thing.
Yes, it did. Last year, right? Just this past, right? Didn't you bring a box of it this past?
No, the year before.
It was 2 ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
When you signed your pants.
Yes.
2 different people. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yep. I got to sign some ass and some front. Just put it that way.
Front ass.
No, well, it's Lady Metalhead. I just, yeah, the year I did not make it to the Clash. That's why I gave it out to Clash, because I knew you weren't going to be there.
Yep.
Geek Boy. Okay.
All right. We'll see y'all later, guys. I appreciate everybody stopping in.
Crotchal region.
The Crotchal region.
Yes.
That was Rico's nickname in college. All right, pushing buttons. Bye, everybody.